Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you all are doing well. Today I'm looking at Penith by Lil Dicky, and this is probably the only time I'm going to be saying this album title for obvious reasons. Overall, I felt this album was really underwhelming. I feel like a lot of the punchlines and subs just end up falling flat. I feel there were better moments on his debut album, as this is only his second studio album. Uh, I feel it's understandable with the near decade gap between albums as he wants to heavily focus on acting, which this album is supposed to be for his show Dave. So yeah, let's go ahead and hop right into it. This is his second studio album that was released on January 19th, 2024. The album has a runtime of 1 hour and 6 minutes and contains 3 singles. They are Hi, I'm Dave, We Good, and Mr. McAdams. The only features on this album are YG and God's. Now, let's go ahead and hop into the tracks. We start the album off with Brand New. I feel this track seems to be overproduced. It just feels like so much went into the production of this track, and it only lasts about 1 minute and 20 seconds. There's really nothing to the lyrics either. It seems so repetitive since, only 4 of the 10 lines on this track are pretty much the same thing, essentially saying how he feels he's brand new. Honestly, is the next track. I feel this is one of the tracks I feel isn't too terrible, but at the same time, I feel like I've heard better. I felt the production wasn't too terrible. Mr. McAdams was an alright track. I didn't really care for the auto-tune on his vocals for its chorus. I felt the production wasn't bad, and I felt the verses were alright. Ha 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 was an alright track. I didn't mind the chorus. I thought the verse was alright. Sure, I do feel there are some decent lines on this track. I didn't mind Allie's song. I felt the chorus was alright. I felt the piano was decent. I didn't mind the verses. I feel there's some decent lines. Lyrically, the track looks at a relationship. I thought Burst was alright. I felt he had some decent flows on this track, and I felt the chorus was alright. I didn't mind. I love myself. I love his flow on the track. Lyrically, I feel the track is about being there for yourself as well as caring about yourself, as there's not many people out there in the world who will actually care about you. You have to try your best to do everything for yourself and enjoy everything you do no matter what. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wasn't a bad track. Of course, the name is a reference to the basketball player. I didn't mind the verses. I feel like there are some decent lines throughout this track. I thought YG Interlude was okay. I felt YG should have been on the track longer, or at least had more or less the track to himself for like a speaking part. He is just in the intro of the track where he pokes fun of Lil Dicky, thinking if he was a rapper or not, and essentially puts Lil Dicky on the spot to rap over a beat they make. I thought Lil Dicky's verse was okay. I didn't really feel like it was the best. I'm drunk. Yeah, I wish I were drunk when I listened to this album again. I listened to it about the time it came out last year and honestly didn't care for it. Now, here I am, over a year later, listening to this album again for this video and didn't have any drinks while listening to it, so I could somehow bear through it. Anyways, I felt I'm Drunk is one of the better tracks. I felt the chorus was decent, even if it seems repetitive. I felt the production and instrumental weren't bad. For the verse, I didn't mind it. I feel there were some decent lines on here for what he'd probably end up doing and what would happen when he's drunk. I felt self freestyling outro was an okay track. I didn't mind the instrumental. I didn't really care for the heavily processed vocals. I didn't mind Jail Part 1. I feel I enjoyed the instrumental. I didn't mind his verses and flows. Essentially, the track hops into the court system here in the US, and while people think being in jail is especially with sexual situations. I thought We Good wasn't too bad of a track to finish off the album. I felt guitar was the best part of the track. I felt they weren't too bad with the back and forth on the verses. I felt the instrumental was decent. My favorite tracks are Allie's Song, I Love Myself, I'm Drunk, and Jail Part 1. Today, I'll be giving this album a 2 out of 5. So yeah, anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. As usual, feel free to leave your thoughts down below in the comments. Next week, I'll be looking at Prelude to Ecstasy by The Last Dinner Party.